Although there is much history about the Clone Wars seen through multiple movies, books, and TV series, there are still a few key questions that remain. One of which is how many clones were killed or ultimately died during the Clone Wars. Well, let's find out. Welcome to Star Wars History, Episode 2, The Clone Death Toll of the Clone Wars. For this video, I will not be adding up the deaths from all battles seen throughout the movies in the Clone Wars TV series, as these sources do not quite reveal every single battle throughout the galaxy, rather only a small number. After a little research, the average casualty rate from specific battles seems to be between 50 and 70%, as the multiple sources estimate that is so. For this video, we will take the average of that number, which is 60%. Now that we know the percentage of all clones who ultimately died, this percentage needs to be applied to all the clones who were bred during the 3-year span of the Clone Wars. It is also worth mentioning that this number includes not only combat deaths, but other accidents and various deaths as well. It's the least to say, this is certainly the most difficult part, as in canon there is no official number of how many clones were bred. However, as stated in Episode 2, at the start of the Clone Wars, there were 200,000 units ready, with 1 million more well on the way. There were also an estimated 3 million more units created later during the Clone Wars. In Legends, the number of clones was about 3 million, but adding on the original clones in Episode 2, we will say there was about 4.2 million. Even with the 60% casualty rate, the number of deaths was still unrealistically low. The number would come to about 2,500,000. But take for example the Soviet Union, who lost almost 9 million soldiers in World War II. The number of deaths in the largest military ever seen in the galaxy would only be 1/4 of what the Soviet Union alone lost in a single war. For this reason, we will assume the term unit means more than a single soldier, but a group of them. The standard group of men in the Clone Wars seems to be a battalion, which was 576 men. If one unit was 576 men, then the number would be brought to 2,419,000,000, which is a much more believable number for a galactic-wide military. If we apply our 60% rule, that would then come to over 1.4 billion clones killed during the Clone Wars. 1.4 billion soldiers of all classes on all different planets. I know this number seems crazily high, but it is a much more realistic number for an army the size of the Republic's. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this idea for video, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to see more content. And as always, have a nice day.